This will pick up next month, I'm sure.
Hmm?
I said the agendas will pick up next month.
Oh, is it like Snarky and Inside Baseball?
Guys will be busy.
Were there like only one reluctant Mike?
Yes.
Too good for me not to.
Yep. I'm looking at the Verizon time here on the computer. About 7 o'clock. I'd like to call to order the Doylestown Borough Council meeting for Monday, April 20th. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. We have a few special presentations tonight. Resident photographer is heading down.
So tonight we are going to honor the Doylestown Historical Society for their long, 9-month-long celebration of our 250th anniversary. And I would love for all of you to come up. I understand I have names. Mary Jo May, who is Executive Director, is here. Cheryl Halderson, who is the leader of the Town Criers. And then I'm just, come on over, Pat, John, Dave, Lynn, Frank, Kate, Josh.
I don't know where Tom is.
And
Tom
Tom is
in
going
the
to
booth.
wave from the control booth. Tom Runt in there, who's at every occasion. There he is. And we want to thank you for your celebration for the 250th, which you announced with Ben Franklin on October 18th, 2025. And Ron is not able to be here this evening. And you did so many things, but actually I'm not going to talk about them because our own council town crier is going to come out and talk about what you have done.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Who is that?
Good evening.
I do not know her.
I'll try to live up to it.
Good evening. Whereas it hath pleased Providence to bestow upon the United States the singular blessing of liberty, secured through the valor, sacrifice, and steadfast devotion of our founding fathers and all of those patriots who pledged unto one another their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. And whereas the Doylestown Historical Society, together with its faithful volunteers, town criers, historians, and friends, hath diligently labored to awaken within our citizens a renewed remembrance of those momentous events which gave birth to this great republic. And whereas they have instructed our community in the noble history of American Revolution, revealed the worthy deeds of patriots long forgotten, recounted the indispensable part borne by Doylestown in the cause of independence, and welcomed learned authors whose works preserve the annals of our nation. And whereas we have faithfully revived the ancient office of the town crier, proclaiming public celebrations, announcing occasions of civic importance, and lending dignity and the spirit of commemorations to our borough. And whereas they have inspired the youth of our community through contests of historical learning, encouraging the rising generation to know well the inheritance of our freedom entrusted upon them. And whereas we have brought before us the customs and daily life of colonial forebearers, even unto their table, reminding us through the study of colonial fare and the humble oyster of the resourcefulness and fellowship that sustained our ancestors. And whereas upon the second day of July, they fittingly concluded their observances with the solemn reading of the Declaration of Independence, renewed for all assembled with immortal words, by these colonies declared themselves free and independent states, thereby affirming the enduring principles of liberty, equality, and self-government. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the mayor of Doylestown, the Borough Council of Doylestown, do hereby extend their profound gratitude and highest commendation unto the Doylestown Historical Society and its devoted volunteers and its honorable town criers, whose uncommon zeal, generous service, and steadfast dedication have rendered the celebration of our nation's 250th anniversary not merely memorable, but truly consequential to this community. May their worthy example remind us, both present and future generations, that the preservation of history is the faithful guardian of liberty. And may the spirit of 1776 forever dwell within the hearts of the people of Doylestown. Done and proclaimed this 20th day of July, in the year of our Lord, 2026, and of the independence of the United States of America with the 250th. Thank you.
Say thank you. I'm Mary Jo May. I'm the executive director of Doylestown Historical Society, fairly newly minted. And I just want to say thank you on behalf of all these marvelous volunteers, our board, our staff. You have made our celebrations so special because of what the borough has done for us. And we thank you. And we thank you for this lovely honor. We appreciate it.
You earned it.
Thank you.
Shall we do a photo op all together?
Okay, yes.
Mary Jo.
Thank you.
You're going to be in here.
I was going to say, we don't have prayers on both ends.
Want me on the end? Yeah.
Okay.
Larry.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sure. Moving on, next on the agenda is the approval of minutes from our June 22nd meeting. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second. That was Connor?
Ms. Connor.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from any members of council? Hearing none, any questions or comments from any members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Madam Mayor, you're up again.
Yes, I just have a quick report. Doylestown at dusk was a huge success in spite of the rain delay and sharing part of the time with the World Cup final. The weather was gorgeous and estimates of the crowd was upwards of 25,000. The Rotary donated $45,000 from last year's earnings to 9 outstanding nonprofits and organizations in our region who help those in need. And the DART met last Wednesday, and plans are well on their way for the 25th celebration on September 16 at Valley Square from 11:30 to 1:30. Lou White will be the master of ceremonies. Barb Lyons and yours truly will speak and recognize communities and key contributors. The state senators will present proclamations. There is a commemorative coaster. Advertising and promotion began last Friday, and the promotion is being accomplished through municipalities and the committee partners. And that, Mr. President, is the end of my report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Public safety, Mr. Brown, do you have anything tonight?
Yes, we do. We did not meet, but we did have a renewal, I guess, of the authorization to permit the consumption of alcoholic beverages on Doylestown property for the Arts Fest, right? Yeah, that's
Correct.
Ordinance 1979-7 permits the consumption of alcoholic beverages on public property when specifically authorized by Borough Council. Discover Doylestown is seeking such authorization again for their beer garden in the Pine Street parking lot during the Arts Festival, September 12th and 13th, 2026. The beer garden will be laid out and managed as it was successfully done in 2025. Central Bucks Regional Police Department and Borough Director of Emergency Services have no objection to this proposal. If council wishes to grant the permission for the beer garden, it can do so by motion authorizing the consumption of alcoholic beverages in the Pine Street parking lot during Arts Fest 2026, and I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Mr. O'Hanlon. Any questions or comments from any members of council? Hearing none, any questions or comments from the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Very good. The emergency services report from our emergency services director and the fire company report are both in the packet. And from the board, which is working hard on getting the preparedness board, which is working hard on getting the CERT team spun up next on the 29th, next Wednesday, 7 p.m. right here, we will be having another storm readiness seminar. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Public Works Administration, I believe Ms. Wyckoff is going to cover that tonight.
I am. Bids were publicly opened and read on June 16th, 2026 by the Bucks County Consortium for the purchase of fuel for the 2026-2027 season. The borough, including CPRPD, uses about 25,000 gallons of unleaded and approximately 8,000 gallons of diesel. The low bidder for the majority of fuel used, which is unleaded, was Riggins, Inc. at a net spot price of $3.0187 floating mean plus modifier at the time of the bid. Their bids are as follows. Unleaded, Riggins Incorporated for the purchase of approximately 25,000 gallons of delivered unleaded regular gasoline at a floating price as of the delivery date based on the OPIS Philadelphia mean price. That's the same price, plus a modifier of 0.235 cents per gallon for the period of August 1st, 2026 to July 31st, 2027. And for diesel, Riggins, Inc. for the purchase of approximately 8,000 gallons of delivered ultra-low sulfur diesel at a floating price as of the delivery date based on the OPIS Philadelphia mean price, $4.05 as of 6/16/26, plus a modifier of 0.03290 cents per gallon for the period of August 1st, 2026 to July 31st, 2027. The Public Works Committee reviewed the bids and recommended council make a motion to award to Riggins, Inc., conditioned upon receipt of a properly executed performance bond and compliance with the bid specifications. If the council wishes to follow the recommendation, it may do so by motion, and I so move.
Second.
We have a second by Ms. Popkin, I think it was. Any questions or comments from any members of council?
Yeah, I have a question for Ms. Wyckoff. Was the low bid calculated on the basis of the spot price plus the modifier?
I do not know. John, do you know that?
Yes. I was not at the meeting, so I assume so.
Is that typically what we've done in the past?
Yeah, it's always a
always the same.
floating price based on CPI with a modifier. It kind of flows seamlessly throughout the year. It's not like or restart things every year. But yes, I believe so.
Thank you.
Each bidder would have to award their base and their floating price. I'm assuming they were low on both ends, but I don't know that for a fact.
And
I
this
believe that they were also.
consortium bid, too.
That's right. This is a bid through the consortium, so I'm not sure which municipality handles it, but different municipalities.
Solberry.
Solberry does this one. They take on the responsibility of doing the actual bid itself, and then the members of the consortium award as individual municipalities. So Regan's undoubtedly will be awarded the bid for most of the municipalities in Bucks County.
Any other questions from council? Or any questions, comments from any members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And lastly, the Public Works Monthly Report is in everyone's packets, and that concludes the report.
Thank you. Mr. Bell, Community and Government Affairs, do you have anything?
Community and Government Affairs did not meet. I have no report. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you. Zoning and Planning. I
done.
believe Amy's going to cover
I'm
that.
going to do that. Okay. For the Zoning and Planning Committee did meet for this month, and we have HARB recommendations. There were three sign applications, one for 33-37 East State Street, one for 25 East State Street, one for 29 South Main Street. And HARB gave them all a certificate of appropriateness. There were three building applications, one for 56 South Franklin Street, one for 112 Mary Street, that was an amended application, and one for 56 East Oakland Avenue. And HARB did give a couple comments, but gave certificate of appropriateness for all of these. The Zoning and Planning Committee recommends that the council approve the applications in accordance with HARB's recommendation. And if the council is in agreement, it can do so by motion, and I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Mr. Laverne. Any questions or comments from any members of council? Hearing none, any questions or comments from any members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And then in your packet is the building inspection monthly report, as usual, if you have any questions for that. But that would be the end of my report, Mr. President.
Thank you. Environment and Rec, Ms. Wyckoff.
Thank you. We did not meet this month, so I have no report.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Laverne, Water Utility.
Thank you, Mr. President. We did meet, and we got an informative presentation from our Water Department Director, Jerry Matozzo, on the maintenance projects, repairing valves and water main breaks with very graphic photographs to show us what it's like down in the trenches, so that was very informative. The other thing is that Jeremy reported that we, up through the month of June, we'd only gotten about 14 inches of rain, which is about 7 inches less than where we should be average-wise by the middle of the year. Of course, the last 3 rain events this month, at least in my backyard rain gauge, I was registering around 5 inches for all 3 of those events. So we're catching up, but at the time of the meeting, we decided to impose voluntary water restrictions. And if you're on DMail or if you go on the website, you can see that we're now in what we call a Stage 1 drought watch in effect for all properties served by the Borough of Doylestown Water Department. Due to the significant lack of precipitation over the past several months, it is requested that all residents and businesses take voluntary measures to reduce non-essential water use. This water conservation request shall remain in effect until further notice. Please continue to monitor the Borough website, Facebook page, or DMail system. I just read to you what you'll see online there. And then also with that online, there's little graphic that shows the 10 simple steps to save water. And then if you go further into our borough website, in the environmental section, there's a whole explanation of what it means by the various stages of water conservation, stage 1, 2, and 3. And again, the top 10 ways to conserve water, which actually overlap, but are somewhat different than the graphic that appeared from what I just read. We didn't have any actionable items. The PFAS project on Sandy Ridges is moving along. The walls are going up, and so there's good progress on that, and we're looking forward to that kind of project coming up next at the Maplewood well. And that's in my report.
Thank you, Mr. Larone.
I have a question, if I could, Mr. President. Does the authority to issue water restrictions, whether voluntary or mandatory, vest with the borough manager?
I believe the ordinance does say that.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none, moving on. Finance and Pension, Ms. Popkin.
Thank you, Mr. President. Finance and Pension Committee did not meet this month, but in your packet, you'll find the monthly finance report for the bills to be paid, and that is in the amount of $1,168,856.58, and I will make a motion to approve that.
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Brown, I believe it was. Any questions or comments from any members of council? Hearing none. Any questions or comments from any members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. That's the end of the finance report.
Personnel Committee did not meet this month. I do not have a report. Professionals report. Jim Doherty, you have anything for us?
Thank you. I have nothing to report tonight.
Solicitors report.
No report this evening. Thank you.
Okay. And Central Bucks Regional Police, do you have anything for us, sir?
No report.
Okay, thank you. I do not have a presence report tonight. Do we have any items of old business? Any items of new business? I don't believe anybody signed up for open public comment. We do not have an executive session tonight.
We do not.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, second by Connor. All in favor?
Aye.
We're out of here.
Thank you.
No doubt.
Have a good evening, everybody.
This is